Kia ora and good evening and welcome to the Huddy Hui, and we're into the semi-finals of the Transit Coachlines Wellington First 15 Premiership, and what a thrilling finish it was. 4 teams chasing down one spot in the Premiership, and it was Wellington College that got the 5 points that got them ahead of Scots, St Bernard's, and also Huddy International Boys School. And one of those teams that's in the semi-finals this weekend, they've been a joy to cover this season, is Wellington College, and our guest on the Hui tonight is their talented first 5, Stanley Solomon. Stanley, many thanks for coming on the Hui this evening. A tough loss to Huddy International Boys School the weekend before. What are the learnings from that game that the first 15 can take forward?
Yeah, no, bro. Thanks for having me tonight. It was a really tough game and terrible conditions. Firstly, I'd just like to congratulate Hibs on their great win over us. They played out of their skin, and we just have to adapt to whatever town or the weather throws at us this weekend. I sort of felt that we didn't really play as a team too much against Hibs. Sorry, we sort of thought we would be able to walk over them, but it just wasn't the case. We sort of started going as individuals, and we sort of fell into the metaphor of quicksand, where if you do something, it doesn't go right, then you start chasing the game. And every move you make, you sort of just fall deeper into the pit. And I sort of felt like that's what we were doing. So, yeah.
So you had a great start to the Premiership, round 1, a victory over St Pat's Town in your traditional at home. But this weekend, you have to travel out to Evans Bay Park to St Pat's Town's home ground for the semi-final. Where have Town improved since your last encounter in round 1? And what are the areas of the game that will be key for Cole this weekend?
Yeah, I saw that Town had a really good win over Silverstream a couple of weeks ago. They really fronted up to Stream. They've got a big 4-pack as well as Town do. So they're going to be a big physical team. Their systems look to be very strong at this point in the season, and their set pieces have been going really well for them. So we just have to play in the right areas of the field, I think, and just be clinical with our structure, and play really well as a team, and just got to get the boys up for the game. I'm sure that we will, because it's rise to the occasion. But I'm just really looking forward to what the weekend has ahead of us. Yeah.
Let's go back to round 2. You played Scots College and you were trailing 12-0 at half time. What changed in the second half? And talk us through that kick in the 84th minute to win the game for Cole.
Yeah, bro. No, it was crazy. Yeah. Well, at half time, we in our huddle, just our coach in the mayor, he likes to talk at halftime to all of us. And, he just said we need an extra 5-10% shift from everyone. So from that, we just had a change in attitude, and we had nothing to lose that game. We hadn't beat Scots for 5-6 years. So, we were just the underdogs, and we just stuck our heads in the rucks, and we played our game the way we wanted to. And about the kick, bro, to be honest, I was pretty scared, because I saw we had we got the penalty, and I knew it was full time, so I just knew I had to go for the shot, and I was the only one on our team that knew it was full time, because I was like, "Oh, ref, how long we got?" He's like, "No, time's up." So I just put the ball on the tee, did my motions, and kicked it, and I looked up, and it was just sailing. It was drifting left, but it was over. I went crazy. It was like the most amazing experience, and it took me about 5 or 6 days for the feeling to really set in that we beat Scots, and that I managed to do that. But yeah, it was awesome.
When you line up a shot at goal, like the one against Scots College, what is your routine? Do you follow a consistent pattern, or do you mould it on another rugby player?
Well, I mean, it's changed plenty over time. I've been goal kicking since under 11s and whatnot. So I used to really like watching Lima Sopwanga when he played for the Highlanders, and I sort of copied his style. He did like this when he was like looking up for his kick. He put his hands on his jersey and pushed it down, and then I sort of started doing that as well. But then I've sort of went into a bit of an Owen Farrell sort of movement where he leans back, but that's sort of gone out of style now. So yeah, I just do whatever feels comfortable for me. I just use talking and imagery when I'm looking through the post, and just keep my head down, hope for the best. I won't think about missing the kick if I haven't taken it yet. So yeah.
The last 2 seasons with Wellington College has been a real strong culture and a strong following with the first 15. Explain how this culture has come about and grown.
Yeah, bro. No, it's been really great this year. Our new headmaster, Glenn Denham, he's been absolutely, he's been amazing for us as a team and for his school, and he's really helped us grow our supporters club this year. In assemblies, we're always talking to the students about coming down to the games, and he really drives that. He sort of last year we didn't really have it too much with our old headmaster, but Mr. Denham's came in this year and he's instilled these new values that we must get behind our school. And he says that when our rugby team is winning, the school is winning. So it's been really great having him, and we've sort of driven this as students as well. Urging our brothers to get along and support us, and it's been great to go with that across all codes as well. With football, hockey, all our premier teams, basketball as well. Just getting down and really bringing that school spirit out. It's been great having that. Yeah.
Your coaches are former All Blacks Namia Tialata and Piri Wepu. What have they brought to the playing group, and how have they helped your game as a first five?
Well, it's been truly amazing to have such experienced blokes, come in and who have been there and gone to the highest level and played there, to come in and help us as players grow. As a first five, it's been superb having Paddy there. It's his knowledge of the game is just outstanding. Every little nook and cranny, every rule, he knows all about it. He's all over it, and he's always there if I ever need to ask for any advice or a question and help me better my game. And his advice is just spot on. He'll ask me to tell me to move my feet a wee bit, and it'll go in a different way, and it will just work just like he said. And it's been great having him there, especially for me as a first five. But Namia, he's also pretty good as well. He really helps the forwards, with their cheating and stuff. But he's been great as well. He was a sort of new coming in last year, but this year he's really, really stepped up and helped the forwards and us, grow our team culture much more, and instill the pride that we have in the jersey and in our school. So they've been really great.
You mentioned about pride in the college. The refurbished changing rooms in the pavilion, well, they're simply amazing. They're more fancy than that of Sky Stadium. How did that come about, and what are the messages that are on the pillars?
Yeah, it was a big surprise for us. So we didn't have change rooms for about 3 or 4 weeks, and none of us thought anything of it. And it was about a week before the town traditional, and they had the coaches came to training. They had paint all over them, and I was pretty confused. And then it sort of started 2 days before the traditional. It sort of started clicking that we might be getting some pretty flash change rooms. And then the coaches told us on the day, but then we had to wait till about an hour before kickoff, just before we entered the change rooms. We'd seen that, and it was crazy, bro. It was none of us really expected it to be that clean, and it's just been awesome for us as well, because the boys really love it and they get around it and stuff. And the pillars, they're really important to us as well. There are our building blocks. If one of them falls, then we all fall down. And so that's committed, discipline, integrity, and respect. We really hold those values really close. And if one of them falls, then we all fall. It's just been really great having those change rooms there. It was the coaches put their money into it, and we're really grateful for what they've done for us so far. Yeah.
Who runs the First 15 Instagram page and designs the team graphics? Because they're pretty amazing as well.
Yeah, bro. Paddy Martin is the man. He's a boy from school in year 13, and he's always had a sort of interest in photography and stuff. And in the last couple of years, he sort of really gotten into his design work, and it's just awesome what he can produce. It's off the chart. We're getting shared all around Instagram, all around Facebook and whatnot, and getting recognized all over the country for what he can do. And he does it on it just as a hobby as well. I think he gets a bit of money from the school to do it, but it's still crazy. He sets up all the photo shoots. He sorts out all the photos with the players. And he's really good at communication as well. Talking to us about what we want and how we want to do it. But it's just hats go off to him. He puts in heaps of time behind the scenes, and we couldn't be where we were with our following and stuff without him.
In round 4, you took on your fierce rivals, St. Pat's Silverstream, in an epic game. You at one stage you were ahead 12-0, and your defence and the team was simply amazing. And Cole, especially that day, were very good over the ball. Tell us about the back three of the forwards for Wellington College, because they've been a real weapon for you guys this season.
Yeah, bro. The Silverstream was a great game. Very, very tough. In the last couple of minutes, we lost the game. But yeah, our back three was particularly strong in that game. Angus Miller, Sam Hickey, and Jack Riley. Credit goes out to them. You know, they're hustlers. They so fit. Love getting in, doing the dirty work. You know, Jack Riley has been a star for us this year. He's very young as well. He can still play under 16s. He's been great getting over the ball, and likewise with Angus Miller. They just do all the hard yards for us, and they're really good in the 4-pack as well. You know, keeping all the boys up, and you know, getting them up for the big games as well. It's been really great having some good strong players in the loose forward area, and it's been like worked out pretty well for us as well, because you can get up, make a tackle, go straight onto the ball, and provide us what we need. You know.
Let's talk about the background of your rugby career. Where did it all begin, and who did you play for?
Bro, I'm an X-Men. I'm an X-Men boy. You see over that jersey there?
Yep.
Yeah. I noticed you got the X-Men books in front of you, bro. Yeah,
I do,
pretty
yes.
good, aren't they?
Oh, it's a great read. Keith done a great job on that. So
yeah, it's bloody awesome. Yeah, so I've been playing my my junior footy at the Wellington Football Club. Mum and dad and my sister both play for or they all play for Wellington X-Men, and you know, it's just woven into my blood, and my it's just played there. And then went to Wellington College, finish off my high school footy there. So it was great at X-Men. You know, great club rooms, great brotherhood, great environment, and moving into Cole, it was just exactly the same. So great clubs.
And you mentioned your parents. They've been strong supporters of your rugby journey, and they were also prominent rugby players themselves. Tell us about your parents.
Oh, mum and dad, eh? Yeah, they're good fellas. Mum was a Blackbird. She was pretty good at rugby. I don't know about dad, though. I don't think he was too good. But dad's been a really big factor for me on my rugby. He's coached me from under the 6s. You know, he's been my coach up until 2 years ago and under 15s. They had really good what's the word? They're really well known around the community, and that's also been really great for me. Connecting with different types of people, and you know, there's lots of rugby folks that I've met, and they've helped me with my game. But mum and dad have really been quite influential on my game, and they're just great people that love seeing at my games, and you know, connecting me with the right people.
And last year, you really sort of came on the scene at First 15 Rugby. You had Silverstream at home in the traditional. Talk us through that try.
Oh, that try, yeah. So like during the game, I hadn't really done much. I was just sort of like supporting player. And I kicked it to one of my mates, Kobe Joe Villa. We met each other at the New Zealand Under 18 Maldives trial, and we just stayed mates like that. And he kicked it to me, and I sort of slipped over at the start. I just like lost my footing. I got up, and I just like saw a bit of space. I was gonna kick it, but I was like, I'll just have a go, and then got through a couple players, and then there's a wide open gap in front of me. But I saw the Silverstream 13 in front of me, and I threw him a dummy, and luckily he went for it. So just went through, and I was when I scored my try, I had my hand up in the air. I did this massive dive, and about 3 hours later, Dad got a call from Alan Muir, who was the scrum coach for Fiji, and he was at the game, and he said, "Tell your son to put his bloody hand down before he scores the try." So it was just a good laugh. But that was probably one of the best tries and one of the best experiences that I've had. You know, just have my whole school behind me, and oh man, I was the man at school for the next week, so that was pretty good. But yeah.
And also speaking about tries as well, you scored 4 in the under 15 final. I believe that was back in 2020. Was it the moment you realised that you were developing as a playmaker?
Yeah, you could say that. It was a game where I knew I had to step up. Um, we were down 18-3, about 10 minutes to go in the first half. And then I had to go and scored a try. And then one of the boys scored a try, and it was about 18-17. And, then the game sort of just took off. Got a hat trick in the second half. But I definitely think that was one of the most important games that I've had in my career so far. It was really, what's the word? It was a building block towards what I've become today, and it's been really great because it's sort of shown me how I can sort of step up and take the game over if I even need to. It's just been really good.
Of all the tries you've scored in your first 15 career to date, what's your favourite?
Um, Probably that silver string try, bro.
Yeah.
It was just an unreal experience and just amazing feeling knowing that I helped the boys get the victory for the first time in how long over silver string, and especially to do it at home. And it was just crazy, bro. The whole school there just chanting and yelling, and then them running on the field. I was just in awe. I was over the moon, I don't think the town game at home when they ran on the field, that was pretty cool as well. Just the feeling of having everyone there and having your brothers support you it's just unreal, bro.
One of the most proud moments for any Wellington College first 15 player is the oldest quad tournament in the country. And of this year, it was up at Whanganui Collegiate. Tell us about the 2022 tournament, because Cole came so close to making the final. And what else does this week involve? And I believe next year, Wellington College hosts the tournament.
Yeah, quad tournament is truly just unreal. It's really great. Playing three other schools that we don't usually play. It's a pretty crazy week. So we our first game was on the Monday, and then we played on the Wednesday. So we took up a van on the Sunday, got billeted out, and then played on the Monday. Unfortunate there, 34-31 lost to Nelson. It was a really great game for us because we really stepped up to a bigger, stronger, more prominent team, and we were sort of the underdogs. We got a smaller four pack, and the boys just kept pumping on and kept putting in the hard yard during that game. We didn't know we were relentless. So yeah, that was a really tough loss. And then went home, came back Tuesday for a recovery session, and the two finalist teams trained actually on that day. But we sort of just gave ourselves a rest, time to recover and recuperate. And then we played on that Wednesday as well. So yeah, no, that was another tough loss on Sky Sport TV in front of the whole country to Wanganui. But no, they played really well. They stepped up to us, and we just didn't have the energy. And it was pretty tough playing two games back to back in the space of couple days. So and then we went back to Wellington. I think some of the boys didn't go to school that next day because a bit tired. But mum and dad made me go. So yeah, but quad tournament is just absolutely amazing, and it's going to be really special next year for my school to host it. Happens every 4 or 5 years. So it should be really good. We've got some great plans already set in place, and the boys get to go to Government House with all the teams and have some fun there. So yeah, it should be a great experience for those boys going next year.
We were just talking before the show started about representative teams. What teams have you been part of in the past? And I believe you have been selected in 2 teams already this season.
Yeah. So last year I trialled for the New Zealand under-18 Māoris. I was unfortunate not to make the final shortlist. Sorry, and then I played for the Wellington under-16 Gold team, where I was the MVP for that team. That was a really good experience playing with a lot of boys my age. It was good because I usually play up a couple grades. So yeah, that was a good fun. And just recently in July, I trialled again for the New Zealand under-18 Māoris. So the team will be named October 6th, I believe. And in the last couple of days, just been named in the Wellington under-18 Māoris. So yeah, that should be pretty good. We have a couple games coming up, I think, against the Wellington Samoans and also the Wellington Centurions. And I believe we do play a couple of teams from around the North Island. So yeah, it should be great.
Who is your favourite rugby player?
Oh, my favorite rugby player is probably Dan Carter, but I
Mm.
also love Damien McKenzie. You know, he's got a really great playing style, and he's just when he gets the ball, it's just magic. You know, but Dan Carter, he's the GOAT. No one like him. There's no one ever going to be like him. It's just when he was on the field, he had everything. You know, he could control the game really well. He's great off the boot. The thing I like with Damien McKenzie is he can dance. You know, he's got magic feet. He's fast. He's got clutch ability as well with his kicks. But yeah, probably those two stick out to me the most as my favourite players.
Of course, at the moment, the All Blacks are in a bit of pickle. They've got the Springboks this Saturday up at Ellis Park in Joburg. Beauden Barrett or Richie Mwanga to start, and why?
I'm taking Richie Mwanga all day, bro. I think I do truly rate Beauden Barrett as a player. He's great. He's experienced. You know, he's been there for numerous years. But with Richie Mwanga, he can control the game, but he can also, you know, like I said, he can dance. You know, when he gets the ball, the opposition freeze. You know, they don't know what he's going to do. He's got speed as well, and yeah, just with Beauden Barrett, I don't think he's got it that much anymore. You know, it was really great in his 2015 season, 2016, 2017, but he's sort of just fallen off a bit off the horse. You know, I feel like he's better coming off the bench as an impact player, maybe like 60, 70 minutes. So I was pretty disappointed to see Richie Mwanga only being subbed on at 72 minutes in the weekend. But yeah, now hopefully a change in first fives this weekend against the Box.
As well as being a pretty good rugby player, here you're pretty a gun athlete at track and field. What is your specialist discipline in track and field?
Oh yeah, so I'm a 100 and 200 runner. So run for the school. Usually I'm actually the McKevity Shield captain, co-captain this year with another boy from year 13. And we train Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. And McKevity is coming up actually on September 14th. So it's going to be pretty tough this year because it's usually held in March. But with a lot of winter codes just ending around end of August, it's going to be a pretty tough one. Definitely be really, really interesting. I think it'll be really close this year. But hopefully we can take that out and get the record for most wins ever in a row, which will be 7. So
of course, McKevity Shield in September, delayed, of course, as you just mentioned before. And of course, you've had the summer months to prepare, but now you've got a shortened window in what will be early spring. And how's the preparation different?
Yeah, it's going to be majorly different, because usually we can have 3-4 months to prepare for McKevity. You know, steady build up with our school finals and then finals like regional and stuff. But it's definitely going to be much different. I've actually got no idea what's ahead of me at the moment. But the training, I reckon, will be much harder. You know, putting more Ks on the body and whatnot. So I'm actually really looking forward to the challenge ahead, though. So it should be pretty good, and hopefully, we can take it out this year.
And it was pretty disappointing not having McKevity last year.
Yeah, it was pretty gutting, especially for the year 13 boys that last year, you know, their last McKevity and what could have been the 7th year that we won it in a row. We had some really exciting athletes that a couple of them got some D1 scholarships to America. And, you know, it was pretty tough because we trained and then all of it for nothing, you could say. But yeah, no, it was pretty disappointing. And I'm really happy that we're able to have it this year. You know, a lot of planning has gone into it, and yeah, it should be a great event this year.
What are your interests outside of rugby?
Well, during the good weather, I like to go out and, on the golf course, mate. I'm not very good, but I love going out with a couple of mates and we just chat a bit of shit and have a bit of fun. You know, smack some golf balls. So I'm into a bit of golf. I play touch as well, and also athletics. Just a bit of social stuff. But yeah, I'm mostly just rugby, and then listen to music and whatnot. But yeah, it's pretty much it.
And what's your future plans post 2022? What do you have in store?
I'm looking to go to university. at the moment. I haven't pinned down on it just yet or where I'm going to go. I'm still looking at all the options around the country. But I'm really keen to continue on with my rugby. I'm looking to see how far I can take it. Hopefully, I can keep playing my best rugby these next couple of years, and hopefully we'll see where it goes from then. But yeah, no, I'm looking to study a Bachelor of Commerce somewhere, and get my degree and hopefully lead on to something bigger. So yeah.
And the final question, Stanley: can Wellington College win this Saturday?
Mate, that's the question. It'll be a very interesting game. I tell you, it'll be close. I reckon within 5 points, mate. St. Pat's are really strong, and likewise are we. So, I mean, it will come down to it. Hopefully, the weather holds up. But yeah, it will be a really tough test for us. Both physically and emotionally. So we'll try to get our school there to back us, and I know they'll come down and give us their all. So yeah, I hope we can take it out this weekend.
Stanley, it's been a real pleasure having you on the Hui this evening. It's been great following Wellington College this season. It's been a joy to commentate them. All the best for Saturday, and we might see you at Jerry Collins Stadium next Saturday.
Cheers, Brad. Awesome. Thanks for having me on the show tonight. Really appreciate that, bro.
Cheers. Thank you, Stanley. Stanley
Thanks,
Solomon and Wellington College taking on St. Pat's Town, the very much improved St. Pat's Town side, sitting second on the table, and they will have the home semi-final against Cole this weekend. And Marist St. Pat's Rugby Club are going to be bringing the live stream of that game. Also, this Saturday, St. Pat's Silverstream take on Rongotai College. That's 1 versus 4, and we'll be covering that game live stream on Huddy Sports YouTube, and coverage of that will start at 2:25, I should say. And also this week is the final part of Wellington Club Finals Day at Fraser Park. We've got the big Colts final between Petone and Huddle Boys Marist. This is going to be a real doozy of a final on Fraser Park, number 1 at 12:30 p.m. Two Hutt rivals going at each other again. They don't like each other for obvious reasons. Under 85 final is Johnsonville versus Upper Hutt. And of course, also is the Ed Chaney final between Tawa and Norths, and also the Division 2 and Division 3 finals of Colts and under 85. So the rugby season is well and truly coming to a quick end. And so episode 64 of the Huddy Hui will be back next Wednesday. We'll look out on our YouTube page for our guest, who that will be. More than likely, it will be a preview for the final, for the triple header against the winner of both semi-finals. But for that, the Wellington Lions and the Wellington Pride will be playing before those as well at Jerry Collins Stadium. So this weekend and next weekend, the final rounds of club and secondary school rugby here in the capital city. That's the Huddy Hui tonight. Ciao for now.